bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft.
Finds through and now a crease. Still shedding tackles. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. That's quite a way to start this football game on the ground right away. They're almost near midfield.
And that run, whether you're for this team or against them, it brings you out of your seat, doesn't it? Because that's an exciting way to get things rolling. Now you've got to hunker down on defense and not permit another first down run.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Bears at 7-3 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
And now it's 3rd down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
To the air, Williams.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Garindo. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
To throw, Williams. This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Williams.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. That one out wide and intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'll be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
a very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago.
Isaac Guerrero, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
You look at this Bears defense.
And they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Sticking with a pass, here's McCarthy.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Another try for Galindo.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Williams. That's to the rookie from Texas, Adonai Mitchell.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Able to find Gray here.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To the air with McCarthy.
It's complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on third down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And now they'll shift things around. Handoff now. It's Gray with it. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Flushed out right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Caught on the right side by Jones. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's McCarthy.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they're going to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a 1st down.
A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Eluding the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And now the rookie's free. Inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Powering his way forward.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there for Minnesota.
And even 40 yards.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33.
McCarthy off the play fake.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They begin on the ground with Guerrero.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Again, it's Guerrero.
Pushes him aside at the 4. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago.
Isaac Guerrero
with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Santos with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On play action, now McCarthy.
Flush to his right.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
Now McCarthy. Over the middle, complete to Addison.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he coughed it up.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Isaac Guerrero,
97 yards.
And the Bears had 6 to their lead.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
This is intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Handoff here, Guerrero.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
I can put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Off the option. He'll try and run with it.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now, because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. They'll have something to work on as they get into practice next week.
Throw left side complete. That's Gray. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Operating from the gun. McCarthy escaping the pressure right. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's taken down inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
29 yards.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. On the give, it's Garindo.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's Garindo on 1st down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
To throw, Williams. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now it's Garindo.
And running with power here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
On the ground, here's Garindo.
Down to about the 22 here.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
A give running left now, Garindo.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Isaac Garindo.
A 22-yard scamper.
And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun. McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
To the air again, McCarthy. Throw out wide is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Back to throw again.
And this pass caught by Gray.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
A handoff running right, Garindo.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, it's Garindo.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Chicago, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3.